So we're back in minimalism, but today let's take a deeper look on what would happen when every human being would be a minimalist. What is a minimalist? I described in my last video. You can see the link up here. But in short form, minimalism can be described as voluntary lifestyle that is focused on reducing consumption and excess in one's life so that individuals can focus on prioritizing their values after Joshua Hooks. So we take that as a base for today's thought experiment and focus on the differences this world would have to our present one. A world with this ideology representing every human being would have to our present one. As a good friend of mine pointed out, minimalism must be established in this society a long time ago because consumerism is a big part of our society now, and with such a rapid change, the world just be in chaos, including many different factors, just like money and possession is someone's goal in life, and that can't coexist really with minimalism. For the sake of this video, I've asked my strongest supporter, who since day one with me and possesses a huge field of knowledge. I also asked the kindest and purest human I can call friend, not forgetting the man I would call a financial genius. To get a huge variety, I also asked the artificial intelligence, who calls himself thought partner. Together we created this scenario, so I hope you enjoy it. But now with everything established, let's move on to our first stage. We start with changes in nature and what the use of less resources might have an effect on. The obvious is that of course we would have less emissions caused by shipping and also the use of more public transports like buses, trains, etc. And cars would be still an essential part of our lives, but to reduce our consumption, this method of traveling would become more irrelevant in at least bigger cities. Because you could argue that cars and motorbikes bring us freedom, and with that you would be right. Nevertheless, the overall use would decrease, and so a big step against climate change would be done. And also we would produce less waste, forests would regenerate, and overall the energy consumption would decrease, so climate change has a rough time. But what about traveling overall? Not for work, just for vacation, for fun. This is the first point where our opinions split, so I'd like you to enter your own thoughts down in the comments below. But some say traveling would sustain, if not even increase, on an international level, that flying to places far away would become more popular, and this is in order to experience life to its fullest and to experience the planet Earth to its fullest. But others say it would maintain, if not decrease, because we still would care about our planet, and all agreement could only be set on that local spots would gain more importance, like hiking to a mountain or stuff. And even more significant change would the economic system have. Not only would the international market decrease because of eco-friendliness, but also craftsmanship would rise. While right now we may have a decline in craftsmanship, I suppose we have, with the reduced importance of money, a majority of people seeking their passion in, as example, woodwork rather than consulting. By this, local stores would get also more important than big companies. So this all would lead to a much weaker global economy and even housing prices, which I go a bit later, would decrease. But all of this would all lead to less governmental resources to fund its people, accompanied by not enough resources to finance large-scale wars. So this coin has a flip side, and the only way to strengthen a state's economy that it can support its people is By one, a new economic system, or more likely, two, with the stock market, which is mostly influenced by popularity, and so sovereign in some kind of way, and so isn't that much affected by minimalism. But the market would be more about long-lastingness and overall quality, which leads to nearly extinction of luxury brands, as well as fast fashion and fast food. So even the stock market would have rapid changes. Another notable possibilities are that the quality of television would increase, like with documentaries. An enlargement of the movie industry as well of plays could occur, but also it could be possible for the trade market to return in small size, on a local level maybe. So these may be some hard facts, so let's slow down a bit and talk about our society. Because with seeming less importance of money, we might also re-evaluate our work-life balance. How we spend our time outside of work will be much more important, and that's for sure. The young generation will seek its passion, while the elderly enhance in skills and hobbies. Everywhere you look around, you will see chill people who do what they enjoy, what's good for their health, and seem more equal to another. Also, doing my research, topics like drug use and the seek for status were highly discussed because some say it's important for us, it's good for us, because it gives us something to drive for, something to enjoy in life. Others say drug use is harming the body, so not at all in a minimalist way, and we shouldn't seek for status because it's just some form of pride and not really pure in its minimalist way. But we all have agreed on a more social society, which loves to spend time with the friends and next ones in person, and forms communities which will be as beautiful as the blossom, out of love and care. This healthy and chill lifestyle of the people will lead to, of course, overall a higher happiness for an older population. In discussion, we also approach the topic kids and, or better, becoming kids. While people would spend more time loving another, in our opinion, this wouldn't affect getting kids, and the newest population model would maintain its look, but on a larger scale, moving away from general people. And in the topic of living, technology would be more focused on using as little resources as possible while giving the highest quality to the customer. This could be by solar energy on the next level, incredible durable shirts, or even, if we're going farther on the road, maybe even an AI which is capable of seeking new technologies. Efficiency and quality would be our main pillars here, and it would even affect housing. New buildings would follow a more simple design. We're talking about minimalism in engineering. Flats and houses would become more compact, but have enough room for your dreams, like a garden full out of flower arrangements, or maybe some pet, like a goat. But to be able to accomplish all of this, the education must differ from our present one. That's what at least the majority says. A higher focus should be on general health and housework, like cooking, not forgetting how to use our resources properly. One idea how to incorporate it into our education system is by maintaining everybody till the age of around 16 in one class and give every person the same education for the sake of, I would quote one of my friends, prevent idiocy and focus on what's actually meaningful for life general. So she means by that, giving everybody a good understanding on how the world works. After that, everyone could decide on its own in what he would like to invest more time. Just like university, but on a quite larger scale, so they could decide on, as an example, woodworking or biochemistry, and of course maybe many others. But this is just one possibility of a valid way for achieving such society and maintaining it, because if just everyone were a minimalist, I don't think with our current systems we could maintain this state. But in this incredible seeming world, there would also be war. Some say because of nations who would free another people from different states and allow them this way to live a better life. I think you could hear, but I personally think wars would decrease in size in order to minimize its effects on people and nature, but that the care for another would enhance war is of course possible. While there are many other options too, no one I've asked believes that this world could be without war. Some may even say it's part of human nature to fight against another. But also an overall agreement could be set on more overall tolerance for others, because we would be too focused on ourselves and next wants to hate someone's way of living which doesn't harm someone. Sounds kinda egotistical, but if you think about it, it's very possible. But now it's time for you guys. What do you think about all of this? What do you think? What changes would appear on this world? Maybe all of this is just wrong, because while it seems really beautiful, it's just one possibility in a vast ocean of futures, which could occur with this next step of evolution. Maybe it turns otherwise and destroys us. To be honest, no one can really predict how the future will be. But one thing is certain, that no matter what, humans would adapt. Every challenge that comes with change will be at some point be overcome. The human will evolve in some way or another. But till we find out, give it your hearts. Goodbye.